Right, welcome along SuperCars NZ. We are into it tonight. 40 odd cars on track. Main event, endurance rounds, hour and a half into Lagos. Doug, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, Wayne. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting evening. It is our second round of the MRX Endurance Cup, and they're all underway.
Yeah, 100%. Here we are. Peter Vandenberg up front. Let's hop on the rear of his car and see what's going on, eh? Got a bit of a lead there already. Peter Vandenberg.
Wow, that's awesome. So he was obviously the man of the hour that took out top spot of the top 10 shootout.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, Darren Lobb, but yeah, it was second spot. So well done. Looking really clean so far, Doug. This is pretty cool, man. Let's scroll down the order and see what we can see. And yeah, a whole bunch of professional SuperCars NZ drivers here. How many cars have we got? 34 cars on track all up. It's hard to say, isn't it? Look at
I'm
this.
looking at about 28, but man, this what an awesome view off the top of I believe that's Blarkag's car. Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
Just trying to do a nice clean lap, hour and a half long race. Oh, who was that turnaround? Was that Bruce Tannock? Bruce Tannock had a bit of an incident there. Something went on. We'll have to figure that out soon, but
Just trying to reconnect as my session just went poof.
it's not the best, is it, buddy?
Right.
Peter Vandenberg trying to get as much
Look at that.
pace as he can ahead of Dion DeGraaf. Daniel Heddershaw not too far behind him. Roger Forbett, Trent Bennett, Scott McKenzie, Phil Carpenter, Jason Cossey, Michael Jones, Dan Nolan, Ross Watson, Taylor Mitchell, I nearly said that one back to front, Jono Gibson, Stephen Adams, Eamon Young, Glenn Collinson, Billy Rowley, Steve Darren, Tony Lynch, Nico Cordier, Thomas McCall, Michael Gunstone, Shane White, Rydolph Jenkins, Paul N. Fulton, Darren Lord, Blake Greenhill, Dan Turner, Wayne Hartnell, Chris Zalski, Tim Bork, Aaron Goodrick and Pit Lane, our race control. So, whew, there we go. There's our grid.
Man, that's cool. And what a commanding lead from Peter Vandenberg already. Nearly stretching that out to well, just over 2.5 seconds, but getting awfully close to that 3-second gap margin there now. So that's very good. Pete's obviously been working really hard on getting his setups working for him, and those Team Misfit boys obviously done quite well. Look like they've got 4 cars there in what would be the top 10.
Yeah, it's certainly dedicated races here at SuperCars NZ, and Phil Carpenter was the place 10th spot in the shootout. So yeah, currently sitting in 7th. So well done.
That's awesome. Have you got a bit of a view of our movers and groovers there, mate?
Yeah, I can probably handle that.
There we go.
Taylor Mitchell.
From the back.
Stands out like dog's balls, doesn't it?
That might be one to have a look back on Taylor's data there from the start and see what happened there.
Ooh, just sneaking on the inside of Jason Cossey. Michael Jones just took another position.
Yeah. And sporting the beautiful MRX race sim colours there, and I can certainly say, as a proud user of the MRX race sim here myself at home, fantastic rig, and it's certainly one that I don't ever really envisage myself moving away from. Super sturdy, looks the mean business. It's not your regular sort of boxy black and silver irons. It's got some curviness to it, and all the bits and pieces all sit together fantastically. So if you're keen on checking them out, check out the old MRX Racing's page there on Facebook, and if you're keen on getting one, get in touch with Nick and the boys over there at MRX Racing's. They'll sort you out.
Oh, you're a machine. Alright, where are we? I just want to have a look back at that Bruce Tannick incident and see what happened on the start there. Well, not very far off the start.
Actually, I can turn on my comms here tonight as well to be able to hear any race control stuff.
Just got the nose under the car in front there. Oh, there was a bit of Rubbings racing, but netcode thrown into smashing the front off that car like that. Yeah, probably shouldn't have happened with the amount of weight that hit, but race control will certainly be able to figure that out for us.
Yeah, interestingly as well, I saw him just disappear at the end of that. Pretty sure the rules stipulate that they need to request
a tow
from the safety car, and usually those proceedings would warrant a safety car intervention coming out on track to negate that. So not too sure what's happened there, and if Bruce is back up and running. I don't know about that one either.
100%. Look, Bruce Tannick, where are we? Yeah, out there doing it. Mag and turbo entry, 32nd spot. So got a bit of work to do. If anybody's going to reach the top 10 in an hour and a half, it will be this man. So let's keep an eye on his progress as he makes his way through. How's the stream looking, Doug? Are we clear? Clear and crystal clear and Hummer? Or are we...
I'll double check. It is looking good, but I was just about to say, and I think you've got to it there, there's some really interesting battles in this pack here.
Yeah, that's right.
13 down to about 20.
Oh, yep. So, yeah. Yeah, look at this. This is racing, man. Decent amount of cars on track.
Yep, on top of Darren Lord's car there, PSR entry. He's just managed to get up the inside of Tom McCall there.
Pretty mean looking view of that little battle.
It is good. It is good.
Darren Lord, Thomas McCall. Let's see what Tom can pull off along this. It's quite a cool little straight with a draft across the start finish line there, eh?
It is, yeah. So you get it nice and tight here, which he's done nicely, and you can push it right out wide, smash that gas coming up the hill. So he's just a fraction off the back. He might be able to claw up a bit of that distance towards the end of this. We'll call it a straightaway, but it's not really straight. There was Billy Rowley hanging around the wall there.
Yeah. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What's happening? What's happening, Doug? 2 cars wide. And the 3, and it's not. Yeah, because you wouldn't realise that car snuck in on that. Oh, that was messy and crazy all in one, but certainly Steve Darren got the jump there, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Steve Darren, who's down about 9 spots at the moment from where he started. And big one, the Ross Watson having a massive one just off to the side there, and he's also towed to the pits. So
I just want to have a look at Mr. Darren here and just see how sneaky this was. So 3 cars wide, jumps on the inside. Oh, just a little touch.
Keep this running forward as well. If you can find Ross Watson just up ahead, he's had a mega. Looks like his motor's blown maybe. he's run out wide there and then towed. So I believe what's happened is he's blown the motor, he is towed, and he's just caught it through to race control.
Actually, was that those
Apologising
bits
for
that you
one.
can see flying through the air there, Doug?
Yeah, it was.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
And
Not
we
cool for
aren't-
Ross Watson, obviously, but
No.
awesome for the
No.
viewers at home.
But
Yeah.
what it has done is it has triggered the safety car. So we've got a
Okay.
few cars jumping into pit lane there now. So
Alright, let's watch this. Sorry, Doug.
yeah, that's right. Just on the downshift, I think here he just goes ka-chuff.
Oh, just yeah. It's amazing how many particles were thrown in the air, though. It was pretty mean.
Yep.
Alright, we'll get back to the live, eh?
That's
So pit lane, everybody coming in. Some gas. Daniel had his shot. Control of the race. Pick up these other cars and yeah, race control will be having a blast tonight. Have to drag Macca up here once things settle down and he can give us a give us the lowdown.
So a bit of chatter amongst the lads there. Bruce looks like he may no longer be playing the party game tonight and leaving us shortly. He was a bit unhappy about the call from race control on the opening lap. He believed there was something a bit more involved.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. I sort of thought what I thought with that, but see what happens.
Yeah, so apparently there was a no further action call on that one, and Bruce is talking about how he's not very happy about that call, but race control still stating that while he's still out there racing, he is liable to get a wave around to be able to catch up to the back onto the back of the pack and carry on for the eve. So we'll see what happens and plays out with that one there.
Yeah, definitely. Cheers.
But this is a great way to help bring a bit of strategy and play into the field. And I'm just having a look here, Wayne, and I would say three quarters of the field took the opportunity to come in and stop for a pit stop then.
Oh yeah, I think I've got that data, so here we go. Pit stops. So top 7 haven't come in yet.
Well, they wouldn't be the top 7. So Peter Vanderberg, the first one who was out on track.
Yeah.
Now in P8 is the beginning of those stops. So it was the majority of them. Blake Greenhall, who's now in P13, he didn't stop. He's decided to try and play a bit of catch up, and he's moved up 14 spots to where he is now currently.
There we go. Taylor Mitchell, top 10 already.
Nice. Just heard from Nick at Race Control that safety car will be coming away this lap, and car 35, Daniel Heddershide, is the lead vehicle now to hold the field at speed, to go green on his call once the all clear's been given.
Yeah, hard to say how it's going to pan out, eh? So we got Daniel, Roger, Trent, Scott, Phil, Michael and Glenn still to pit, taking those top 7 positions.
Yeah.
Just be interesting to see how that pans out and what strategies going on there. Pity we can't talk to Scott McKenzie because there's a lot of a lot of Festa Foods cars up there and Misfits Racing.
Yeah. So the majority of the cars that came in for a pit stop, they've been in for about 11 or 12 seconds. So there's certainly enough to have covered off getting tyres, and I would say the cars have gone out with a 50% fuel limit.
Oh, that's right. Sean the Big Meanie has given them only 50% fuel tonight.
Yep, so that would have allowed those boys to re-top up the tanks. So the ones that have stopped, I'd say they just be quite comfortable now, sink into just a bit of a rhythm. Don't get too racy with each other. Get the race start out of the way, and just start lapping away until chew that fuel out.
Yeah, and it's humming. Here we are, 3 Festive Foods Misfits cars hunting down Daniel Heddershot.
And
That'll be good fun.
Daniel Heddershot had an awesome run a few weeks back. Ended up, I believe he won the race after the restart strategy as well. So he's certainly not someone just not to ignore. You know.
Totally. Sorry, I do get a bit button happy, Doug.
No, you go for gold, mate.
I'm on the mouse all day designing houses, and I'm clicking all day, so that's why it's sort of, yeah. She's look at this.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is cool.
Oh.
So Jason Cossey, Glenn Collinson, Taylor Mitchell, Dion DeGraaf, big names, Supercars NZ, Dan Nolan not too far behind.
Yep.
Blake Greenhill, top 13, seasoned race car driver here at SuperCars NZ. This is yeah, Blake will be watching this thinking, yeah, I'll probably get another 3 positions here. We know how this plays out, Doug. We've wrote the book, man. We know it.
Been there, seen that.
Yep, 100%.
Wrote the script.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Watched 1,000 races. Know how it plays out. If I was a gambling man, I'd be putting Blake Greenhill in 8th spot at the end of the race.
There we go. I like the call. On that one. Nice solid top 10 entry. I've got to say I reckon a bit more up the sleeve for old Blake. I'm going to say that he's going to get up to top 5.
Oh yeah, okay. Yep. What are we putting a box of beer on that next time we catch up? Or?
Hundy, yeah.
So you've got the top 5. I've got from 5 to 10. All right.
We'll roll with that.
And if nobody gets it, well then we both buy a box and drink it. Sounds great.
Hey, we can achieve that one too.
Very cool, very cool.
Now, I was just going to check if I've got my admin right set. I was going to start deleting a few people from the top.
I thought you were going to check your bank account and double check that you can afford to buy an extra box of beer.
There's always beer money.
Alright, so that's something to keep an eye out. Let's see what's happening in the data. We love data. Doug, what's going on here?
Well, it's just looking like still action-packed zone from about P6 back. Inside the top 10 there. Yep, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. So Peter Vandenberg, Dion DeGraaf, Taylor Mitchell, Jason Cossey. There's your top 5, sorry.
pretty much.
Sorry, Doug.
No, but it is looking good, and it's good to see Michael Jones has managed to get his car settled in a bit more nicely as well. From time to time, his car's just not played ball the right way.
Down the graph, a little snake too.
Yeah.
Making his way around there.
You got a
long way round, but there we go. Nice little inside line, and he's taking that position. Nice pass.
Yeah. And Michael Jones now has Jason Cossey behind him too. So I don't imagine that will take too long before we see Jace take that position away from him. Interesting interestingly enough, there is still some really cool battles just away from this group as well. Just on the side, our 20th position guys. Looking at just behind, right off Jenkins, he's already up 10 spots
Thomas
from his group.
Nico Cordier, Shane White, Dan Turner.
Yep.
Yeah, it's happening. Love it. Love the clean racing that's been happening as well. So very cool, very cool. Something we've always thrown from the start is clean racing here at SuperCars NZ. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but it looks like a lot of people are getting in line, which is
yep.
Very cool.
There we go. So just heard a message come through from race control. A 5-second time penalty has been given to car 62, and that was given to car 62 for passing before the start finish line.
Oh, I did see that on the restart. Yeah, I did.
And,
yep.
but the can of worms has opened, and there's a few boys, including that car, stating that that issue was already readdressed and no further action should be sought. And a few other cars putting their hand up to say that they witnessed that as well. So we'll wait to see what happened there.
Yeah, car 62.
And
yeah, I did see that massive launch by Steve, and I did see that happen. But
we were just,
he's a good, honest man, Steve, and he certainly wouldn't want to be trying to gain spots.
He probably heard the word green flag and he thought, no, I've just got to take the opportunity to go here.
See yous. yeah. Good on you, Steve. Redressed, still humming, 18th spot, well done. Bill Kilger's around, he's welcome to jump in the lounge too, Bill. Don't know whether you're watching tonight or what's going on, but yeah, come and have a laugh, come and join me and Doug. Or Doug and I. Is that how it works? Look at this. Look at those windscreen banners, Doug. Still here, Doug?
Still here. And, had a small greeting from the youngest who's decided to hop out of bed, so I'm just negotiating that one at the moment.
You know, that's good, man. You do what you need to do, and yeah, it's racing done. All down the order, see what's happening. Look at the pits. Pit stops, yeah, so 4 still to stop. Daniel Hedderchild, Roger Forbett, Trent Bennett, Scott McKenzie, Peter Vandenberg, all Misfits entries. Got some strategy going on. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out for them. Keen on that. Just jumper, quick on board. Scott McKenzie, see these guys settled in the front there. Hide that timing tower.
Oh, God.
Watch the work being done.
Rightio, so we've had an incident. Paul Fulton's crashed and he has requested a tow, and it looks like we've got a safety car intervention underway.
Let's have a look at that, because we've got a Wayne Hartnell there as well and a Tony Lynch, so let's just see what's been going on here. So Wayne Hartnell.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. We're gonna have to double check when we need an ambulance for that one. That was
That's a bit more than a
that was
safety car.
a
That's almost a red flag at that one.
hell of a crash, definitely.
Cool.
Alright.
And what it's done has made the pit lane erupt with people coming in to get their stops done. But how cool is this? Nick Mitchell,
Yeah.
the man, the myth, the legend himself, out there in the safety car driving through that debris field.
It'd be like, you guys gonna pick your cars up off the track, or what are you up to?
Yep, there we
Yeah,
go. The
yeah.
tow crane has kicked in.
Team
And
MRX Racing.
yeah, Nick's got the street set up on, so he's not able to go full, full right hand down every time he puts his foot on the gas.
Do love his MRX race suit as well. You can see that in there. Got the yellow and black. Matches the logo on the right there. 033 Mitchell. Taking control of this race.
Cool. And just prior to that one was an incident taking place with car 37. Taylor Mitchell, avoidable contact, and was given a 10-second time penalty at next pit stop or at end of race. So he's managed to cover that off while coming in to serve his pit stop under safety car. And so
Taylor
he's
Mitchell past Phil Carpenter P10. Is that roughly where we're talking? Something along those lines, or?
I'm not too sure what the issue was.
Let's just have a quick look. Oh, they're all on. My God, look at that! Busy as pit lane. Gosh.
So we're on lap. Where are we? We're on lap 15 currently.
So obviously one more time round for the safety car. Got the yellow MRX flames on the front of that beast.
Looks really cool. Looks almost the old hot rod style pinstripers sort of style, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Seb has been loaded 3 times. So, and one of them was they had the wrong car in there, and Nick had to buy one. So Nick had to buy this car for. So he's just throwing something on there, and that's what he's come up with, man. In like 30 seconds, like, I need a livery. This is what we got. Right, we're humming, and there it is.
Oh, cool.
So well
At least you got the right yellow.
Good stuff, but yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that he's not actually had any wheel time in this vehicle?
No, and it's cost him about $10 US, $11 US, which is reasonable amount of New Zealand dollars just to buy it to be, and that was
just
to save.
So at least he's getting his dollars worth, getting out there and driving it a couple of times.
Yeah, 100%. So Peter Vanderberg, Michael Gunstone both only had the 1 stop there, and then Joe DeGraaf 2 stops, Jason Cossey 2 stops. Yeah, interesting bit going on there. Safety cars flying ahead. Peter Vanderberg.
I do like to see Michael Gunstone there, P2. That's a really interesting one. He has obviously had one stop, but up 33 positions currently to sit there in P2 for Michael Gunstone.
Yeah, good stuff.
How's that?
It's humming.
And after all that, where did our main man Balake ended up way down in P24?
Well, that's sort of messes our little system up we had going on, doesn't it? No.
That's right. So maybe he's on the big counteract. We're only 30 minutes into the hour 45, so we'll keep an eye on him. But green flags are waving up the front, and cars are just splaying out left, right, and centre, and keeping it all under control. It's looking good. Don't know how they do it. It's so technical and challenging coming through that section there across the start finish line.
Oh, look at that for a photo.
That's great. That's almost,
eight wide.
wow. Yeah. It's almost cover shot worthy, isn't it?
Yeah, that one was definitely very cool.
But once again, Peter Vanderberg stretching his legs. He's nearly already up to a second gapped on the field. Co-commentator and admin support Shane White.
Yeah,
Taking some racing livery out there and sitting in position 22. So that's up 10 for him from where he qualified. So that's nice, and he has got Blake Grenhall just in behind him.
Yeah, and certainly I call him the encyclopedia of motorsport. He could damn near tell you what tyre they used in F1 in 1973.
Something along those lines.
You know, he's a bit of a beast and knows his tracks, knows the corners, knows the cars.
It's no joke that his nickname inside the admin group is literally Britannica.
Britannica Motorsports, yes.
Yep. Trent Bennett, we got any data on Trento there? He just called up on the radio, not having a good time.
Oh, we love data. Data. Lucky we delivered it.
Went off track. Something's happened before that. He's not tracking correctly there.
Losing pieces.
Yeah, and he drives into the pits once he gets a bit of clear spot there.
Hey, we love data. Can't find it.
Interesting. I will see if I can track something down. Because I have the power of voodoo via the rewind button. Trent Bennett.
Trent Bennett, Roger.
And he's actually gone. He's maybe he's had some issue.
Is he blowing him over?
With the he might have had an issue with his setup or something. Hence why it's gone and had thrown a wobbly.
Oh, okay, yes, so nothing's happened on track, but may have lost some.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because that's no good for him. Because he was,
yeah, doing really
he
well.
he was right up the front of it all.
Speaking of right up the front, Peter Vandenberg 1 second on Dion. Bit of race room. Back to Michael Gunstone with Taylor Mitchell super fast, chucking the nose up. Nice little pass there. Taylor Mitchell super fast in these cars.
Yeah, these boys are not mucking around tonight, are they?
Grown up watching Dad, and then obviously got his own data now because he's doing well. So that's a long-term joke. Supercars NZ, yeah. Dad taking all the data, all the Wi-Fi, and Taylor Mitchell there for next to nothing.
That's a secret power switch.
Yeah, very cool. Up in the fourth spot, what's happening with our pace there with these guys up the top. So Taylor Mitchell had 2 stops. So good chance to get the lead here if he's got a reasonable amount of gas and some tyres. Yeah, it's a long race, eh? Long race, Doug.
It is. Taylor making his move on Michael Gunstone there. He's been able to do it nicely. What has Michael got now for him? Nothing too much at the minute. Still lots of passing and stuff going on. There's a good section of battle going on between Jason Cossey and Daniel Heddershire.
Oh, wicked jump there. That's good stuff.
So that was just behind her. I think that was just coming up down the pit straight into the S's, turn 1. So those boys changed position about 4 times there.
Good to see fully floored out there doing it.
Yeah. Blake Greenhall on the move. He's moved up from position 24 already. He's ahead of Shane White now. He's sitting in position 19.
Good bit of work to do for the Property Edge Mustang, but he'll get there.
I think he still only had the one dot as well, so. But isn't it awesome to see how many yellows and oranges are still in that interval?
Yeah, that's cool, eh?
Yeah, you know, I think this has been the most. Yeah, I think this has been the most humbling thing about going to the Gen 3 car. You know, a lot of the people have been saying, "Oh, I don't really like it. I haven't really gelled with it." And, you know, it sort of throws wobblies left, right, and centre, and you go from understeer to oversteer and back again. But what it has done is it's allowed the super fast guys to no longer be super duper fast, and it's allowed some of the average pace guys to now be a little bit more on the pace and score that distance between the two. Sure, there's still a lot of super talented guys out there who will always be at the top of the field, but it's just amazing to see how close all those numbers are amongst everyone now.
Yeah, definitely great to see.
Stefan Adams making a quick wee apology over the radio there.
Oh yes, and what was his apology?
I believe it might have been involving Scott McKenzie. There was possibly a wee bit of
No, I love that, eh? Love it. Yeah, absolutely love it.
Yes,
Apology goes a
like
long way here at SuperCars NZ, and you mightn't even get a penalty if you apologise and redress. So race control is certainly on board with that, 100%.
Yeah. Now this is looking really exciting. What you've got here on Wayne Premier. Wayne, you got Taylor Mitchell hunting down Dion, who's currently on the absolute mega charge. We've also had Steve Darren and Michael Jones having a come together there. Two cars just crashed out at the same time.
Showing just my data background to scratch. Steve Darren went up the track.
Oh, here we go. Dion and Taylor changing positions now. Taylor moving into spot number 2.
Yeah, very clean. Let's have a quick look at that, eh?
Yep.
And when he says quick, he's insane. Let's have a quick look at that.
Penny lucky lady.
Half an hour later, and yeah, waiting to get it started. Oh, little nick, a little tap and pass there. Swung the back around on Dion. Bit of rubbings racing.
I reckon we need to go back then and have a look at it from maybe like a chopper cam view. I'm wondering if Dion's just gassed it a bit too soon.
Oh, okay, give him the opportunity to fly by. Oh,
Yeah, see
yeah,
that?
okay. Yeah. Look at Wayne just making shit up.
No, I mean it's certainly the proximity.
It was just the
allowed
angle,
for it
yeah.
to look like there was that change.
Very good. So Taylor Mitchell's certainly making his way up through the field. Gonna take
Right.
Dad's money in the endurance round 2.
Yeah, you might have to go on Balake, mate.
Right. Ooh, up to 13.
And right at the pick of these two having a great battle here.
Oh,
Evan Young
and that's
Phil
all it
Carpenter.
takes. That's all it takes for
Yeah.
Blake to gain another position. Oh, but unsettled there, Phil. No pressure from Blake though, as you can see.
No, but yeah,
Blake knows
Blake
how
once
to wind it on. That was sarcasm, that was.
once again Balake up 15 spots there, P12.
Just consistency, consistency, bang those laps down. Get those
It's just
tires tucked in and yeah.
I was going to say, it's just incredible. We're just getting ever so close to the 45-minute mark, and that's most of our races done and dusted right then and there. So how are these boys going to be feeling after saturating themselves for another full hour of racing, whether that be at full race pace through to going and sitting behind the pace car a few times? They all open up big questions on driver mentality, the physical nature of sitting and racing for that long.
Yeah, 100%. Stephen Adams had a bit of an incident there. Let's have a little look-see. Coming into T1. Ooh, just didn't quite make the corner.
And there's our safety car.
Oh, blown engine.
So, yep. So he's done the diligence. He's requested the tow, and of course, by that action, as it would be in real life, you've got to go and recover that car from the track. And so of course that brings out the safety car for that to take place.
So whacking down too many cogs, eh?
And straight into the pit, Peter Vanderberg, Taylor Mitchell, Dion DeGraaf, Michael Jones, Jason Cossey, Daniel Heddershot, all bouncing in there now.
Yeah, Dan Nolan. Yeah, just saw another one jump in. Far out.
Yeah.
Gonna be interesting race. So is this time set at 1 hour and 45 minutes, Doug? Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Oh my god, these guys are crazy. Don't even know if I can commentate that long.
Just set it to exciting and leave.
Yeah. Alright, you guys are good, eh? We'll leave you still.
Yeah.
That's us. Cheers, Doug.
Awesome, mate. Yep. Put it on blimp. Put it on blimp. That'll keep
blimp
it
mode.
over everyone.
Yeah. Blimp mode. Put it on Blake on blimp mode and see how that
Watch
bit
finish
rolls
in the
out.
top 5. Now here's a man who's jumped to the front.
Oh yes.
This Nico Cordia.
Yeah, such a passionate sim racer. There's some cool stories about how he got on board with SuperCars NZ and how he worked his way in, and now look at him.
Yeah. He was telling us not too long ago, last week I think it was, how he was getting ready to move to New Zealand, and he used to run a racing league on Xbox back in South Africa, and from that he thought, I enjoy a bit of Xbox racing, and wanted to find some local racing here in New Zealand. Typed in the old searchy things, and of course the big ones come up first. So there was some Australian leagues, and he said, oh, it's a bit hard because their time difference was a wee bit hard. He found our one, and he thought, oh, this looks pretty cool. Watched a few, and the bug bit. He joined the community and the Discord even long before having any form of racing simulator or set up at home. And then he took the dive, and he went and got himself a sim.
So apparently he was setting the sim up when he shifted into his house before he was even setting his bed up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that was on a I think that was on a Monday night, so he could jump in and spin wheels in the old Gento V8.
The old practice sessions, yeah. Mondays and Wednesdays, our practice sessions for our main event. Everybody's welcome. Get a sim. SuperCars NZ is our race line. It's what we're promoting. Jump in, have a blast, and work your way up the order.
Yeah, that's it. So you said he even went back and watched some of our old videos there from that we'd uploaded through the Broadcasting Lounge on Facebook and stuff, and thought, man, that must have been a bit of a blast from the past. I don't even think I've got the patience to go back and watch some of our earlier stuff.
Not be embarrassed.
Yeah,
it's no different than what it is now, man. It's this is how we run, and this is how we roll, and we've rolled like this forever, actually. So,
yeah. It's the cool joys of technology these days. We can obviously be live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook all at the same time. So, however you've found us tonight, or found us later on down the line, our channel is the Broadcasting Lounge on YouTube, and if you're interested in coming along and joining our community and getting updates on racing and events and other cool bits and pieces that we do, you can find us on Facebook there, that SuperCars NZ community.
Yeah, that's right, and let's not forget All Ports Motorsport sponsoring these V8s religiously for the last God knows how long, and massive thanks to Chitty and the team.
Must be well over 3 years now.
Yeah, at least a couple.
Well, yeah, it's been a massive one. Chitty and the team from All Ports looking after us. We certainly wouldn't be half of the team we are today without their support.
Yeah, 100%, definitely. It's certainly, we just give it all back to the drivers. We do this for the love of the game, and that's about it, really, isn't it, Doug?
100%. Yeah.
Love of the sport. It's very cool, and stoked to be doing what we're doing right now. It's certainly been a passion and a lot of fun. I never would have thought it was going to get this crazy, but alright, Nico has control of the race.
So, safety car has just accelerated up to 120 kilometres, and call from race controllers that it will be doing just one more lap, so this one coming in one more lap, and has asked all the field to do their best to try and catch up and close those margins between everyone as well.
Yeah, certainly. What a professionalism. What's that word?
Yep, professionalism.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah. That's one. That's certainly what's happening here. That's what's happening on track right now, and it's certainly great to see this clean racing and good stuff.
Bit of professionality.
Definitely. Cheers for picking that up.
It's good. Hey, it's an absolute pleasure to come along and go back to what was feels like my original pathway here into SuperCars NZ, and getting into doing a bit of the adminning stuff and the streaming stuff and the commentating stuff. It was alongside you there for quite a while.
Talking junk with Wayne, I think they call it.
Yeah. And,
Making up
then
words.
then
Making up words.
you threw the reins at me, and you uplifted your vodka and ice, and you said, "You've got this, son," and you were gone.
Changing names, making up words. It's good fun. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, it was good value. So, race control, Nick announcing safety car now to move away from the field. So Nico Cordia is going to be in control of things very, very soon, and right in behind him he has right off Jenkins, and then the very fast Taylor Mitchell, not to be overlooked, also there just behind Taylor, Roger Forbert, and then Dylan DeGraaf is there as well, and previous leader of the majority of the laps, Peter Vanderberg, sits there in position 8. So
I can see Taylor getting the jump on these two and pacing, man. Like getting some serious gap before Roger, Dion, Jason, and Daniel and Peter Vandenberg actually get a chance to
green
get
flag.
past. I can see this happening, man. It's going to be interesting. Let's see how this plays out.
Yep.
Taylor Mitchell. Perfect opportunity here. Chucks it down the inside. No, not quite.
Close door.
Close door. Oh, skimming over the grass even. He knows. He knows what's achievable here, and there it is. Chucked it over.
Yep. And also Dion DeGraaf wanting to
Clean
make
pass on right off Jenkins.
That was indeed.
And
Everything else looking pretty tidy through the rest of the field as well, which is lovely to see under the restart.
Don't know if he'll struggle to get Nico. This is going to be interesting. Real interesting to see how this plays out. Nico will be like, no, you're not getting me.
Yeah. But Taylor's gamey. Taylor's gamey. So I think if Nico was thinking of, maybe we can work together and push ourselves up the field a wee bit, he'll have another thing coming.
Look
so,
at that. Oh, is that Nico? What happened there? Let's see. Nico Cordia off track.
Oh, and it's just gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, I saw that Steve Darren pop up in the data. What's happened here? Oh, was that netcode? Totally, yeah.
I don't know if there was any even contact. I think he might have just gassed it.
Just giving it too much gas and lost
Then
it.
you watch here, it bites again, and he nearly puts it round. And so many spots he's lost. He's down to position, down to position 17 now. He's just ahead of Michael Jones. Oh.
Cars flying.
And Tom McColl's spinning out just in front of him.
Let's check out, see what happened with Steve Darren. He's had a couple of incidents pop up here.
Oh,
it's a shame.
Ow. That hurt.
Touches there. And Thomas McCall, let's see what happened with Thomas McCall.
Yeah, I think he was blocked on brakes.
Look at those race cars. Every now and then you just get a mean view, eh? Nothing
That was very
there.
much the that was so close to being the full stop on Nico Cordia's night there as well.
Nice re-entry. Taylor Mitchell, race pace. What have we got? 2 seconds on Roger Forbert now.
Yep. And if we look back at Roger Forbert, Dylan DeGraaf is glued to his rear bumper.
And I think we've seen this a couple of weeks ago with Dylan DeGraaf and Roger Forbert, and I think Roger's just a little bit slower than Dion, which gets a bit niggly for Dion. Yeah, it's sort of bit of a, a few temps in, a few temps there, and it just sort of
I know what you're saying. It becomes one of those really awkward ones
Just
where
get the fuck
you're.
away.
yeah.
And then bad shit happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does. It catches you out, because your natural rhythm of wanting to do things just gets upset. So
Yeah, and you're seeing Taylor Mitchell gapping more on Roger Forbert as well, like 2.4, 2.2, we were, flat 2 earlier on. So, like I said, now's the time for Taylor to make bank. On that time.
Other than this battle here, it's looking pretty tight there. Position 8 through to 14 again. That seems to be where the majority of the battle gets stuck and glued in place. And there he is, part of the mix on the back of it, waiting for it all to turn and unfold in front of him like it all has before, like a greeny hall.
There's our pit stops.
Yeah, looking all good. It's one of those ones where if we keep cycling some of these green laps, is how are these cars actually going to behave?
Yeah.
We spent so long going in and getting that extra bit of race tape here this evening that it's almost like having a fresh car straight out the gate again.
Yeah, has Taylor Mitchell and Dion de Graaf, did they have enough gas to get home? Taylor Mitchell made that pass on Roger Forbert there.
That was tidy.
Just see if I can pick that up. Oh no, no.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just leaping back on that data there. So Blake Greenhill, Roddock Jenkins, Jono Gibson, and Phil Carpenter. Certainly going to be another yellow picking up here. I would imagine. There we go.
Oh no.
There we go. Looks like we're buying our own boxes there.
Yeah.
There, Doug. But and that'll. Are they calling yellow? What's
No. There was. It looked like they were very close, but Blake's car is now well and truly not feeling healthy. I think he's got turnout on both front corners of wheel on that car, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come in to get a repair and a bit of fresh tyres and that, and just see how going forward works out for him. Hopefully, fingers crossed, another safety car and he can bank some positions while the others are coming in. But is it likely? Yeah, he is. Blake Greenhall coming into the pit lane now. Get some repairs done. Fuel, bit of fresh tyres maybe. Get the whole works.
quick stop though? Quick stop.
It was only 10 seconds, so once again just enough to get the boys to do a quick bit of panel paint, throw on the old race tape, and we've got the new wheels going.
Do a good job. Taylor Mitchell, control of the race, 3.2 on Dion de Graaf, and Roger Forbert not too far behind. Scroll down the order, I can hear race control chanting in the background there. Love it. Jason Posse. Digital Bogans.
It's looking good up here at the front. Very impressed to see how much of a gap Taylor has been able to push out from Dion. I know Dion was held up a little bit by Roger, but that's certainly an impressive margin anyway.
Starting to pace.
Yeah.
Daniel Heddershide. Fully floored.
Yep. Currently
Just
fitting
gonna
in
scroll
number
down the
5.
order though.
Yep.
Scroll down
Daniel
the
Heddershide
order.
there.
Give these guys some
He-
race time. Ooh.
100%, yeah.
Chucking it in there.
So Daniel's qualified there, P5 out of the for the race this evening, and that's where he is currently. So we'll be able to see if he can make up a few more. Just behind Dan, got Peter Vanderberg there.
You know all about these guys, Doug. Misfits Racing Team. Tell me about it.
Oh mate, they're all over it. It was a good one that was set up. There were a bunch of guys who had joined, so a bunch of the guys from Misfits were part of the larger group of the Passion Sim Racing team, and there was no conflict, there was no animosity. It was just as things happen and growth amongst individuals, were a few other people said, you know, they were keen to want to branch out and do their own thing. You know, as you'd say, mates wanting to go and do some of the longer enduro racings across some of the competitions and bits and pieces, and so that's where we've got it. We've got a Misfits Racing team which I think has got about 12 strong in their field, and Passion Sim Racing, which is probably about a similar number, but we see usually about their best sort of 6 to 8 turning up for each of the races, and it's bloody awesome. So yeah, Peter Vanderberg and I believe Scott McKenzie were sort of part of that initial grouping of branching out and making up their thing, and they are really a bunch of misfits that all perfectly fit with one another. And
very cool.
it's cool to see that they like to call SuperCars NZ home as well. So here's one of the Passion Sim Racing gentlemen, the Michael Gunstone.
Michael Gunstone, was that like get a sim and he just ended up for sim and just ripped? Is that right from my memory of Michael Gunstone? Did he just get thrown in the deep end and just?
Yeah, so
ripped?
he had some friends of his. So Michael's I believe he's from, if not Christchurch, at least the South Island boy, and he races in the 2K Cup series, the actual racing series, a real life racer. And some of his mates had been on doing some racing. I think a couple of them were here with us at SuperCars NZ, and they just said, "Bro, you need to get on in this and come and have some fun with us in the off season and keep yourself fresh." And he's like, "Oh, I don't have any gear." And they did the whip round, and they got him some of the some entry level gears, and said, "There you go, make it work." And he jumped on, and he was competitive straight out the gate.
Yeah, ripping. Yeah, I do remember those times, Michael. So very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
Here you are, 7th spot, Supercars NZ.
Yeah, he's got another Passion Sim Racing team member behind him currently, Darren Lord. Not too familiar with Darren Lord. I believe he's a new one for the group and for us as of this season. But from what I've seen, is a guy that has been right in the mix of things and manages to keep a cool head, races on, and has been showing some good grounds to gaining over the last few races that he's been in. So it's looking good at the moment.
Yeah, very cool.
Up clean. Right. There's Scott McKenzie.
Big dog, Festive Foods himself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's it's just incredible. Scott McKenzie sitting there, P9, down 6 from where he started, but I would say that that's probably more of a sequencing of the safety cars. So not under too much stress with the rest there at a minute. does have Dan Nolan in behind him, Team Jigsaw Racing. But I think Dan will be quite comfortable just circulating and following him around. I'd say they're both probably evenly matched, so it's a good one to see where those boys end up towards the end.
Yes, let's tap into Doug's extensive knowledge of Supercars NZ and these drivers, eh? Shall we carry on down?
There we go. Michael Jones, not the
Send us some
rugby
data.
player.
Send us some data. What do you know about
Yeah.
Michael Jones? Let's see.
Again, actually, Michael's not a name that I'm too. I don't know a lot of the background of Michael. We've invited him along to come and have a chit chat in the old Discord at some time. But he's racing here in the 77 car, and I know that his teammate drives the 666, the Reaper Racing team's an Extreme auto protection. So I believe that is out of Australia, the Extreme auto protection stuff.
Very cool, very cool.
Remember correctly?
Alright. Eamon Young.
And can't say enough about Eamon Young there. The Diesel D Services limited vehicle, him and Tony Lynch, teammates. And yeah, he's another one, just been around the traps with us for such a long time, and it's awesome to see those guys making paths and moving forward. I believe they've got a third teammate out there as well, whose name's just eluded me at the minute, but may not be here. Jason Crossy, I think Tony Lynch is the other one. So maybe that's the trifecta that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, figure it out anyway. Very cool. Cheers.
Not too far away from that, any.
Rocking around with us since day one, actually.
Yep.
So, very cool. Very cool. Chris Zalski, what do you know about Chris?
Mr. Zalowski.
Zalewski.
Chris Zalewski. Well, what I can say is he's still sporting his Anzac livery, which we'd done a special race on a few weeks back then. But he is the man, the myth, the legend behind Racecrafts NZ. Got a page that they can check out. He's been a sponsor of SuperCars NZ now for, say, just over a year, and does a range of things from button boxes to LED lights to other little gizmos and gadgets to little desktop remote control cars and things like that. Just a cool little electronics company. Started off at home and it's just been slowly expanding what he's involved in and who he's representing out there. Big advocate of SuperCars NZ, Chris, and he's had our back on more than one occasion, and we truly appreciate him being part of the bigger team that is SuperCars NZ. Racecrafts.
We could probably buy some gear off him as well to for some giveaways, Doug. We'll look into that, eh?
Yeah, 100%.
Very cool, very cool. Tony Lynch, battling it out with Roger Forbett.
A great battle taking place as well. Nice bit of respect being shown between the drivers, but at the same time keeping it racy. Enough room to be able to make things happen.
Yeah, 100% Tony Lynch. Big name for SuperCars NZ, been racing with us since day dot as well, so yeah, great to see you still with us, Tony. Very cool, very cool. Phil Carpenter, Reaper Racing.
There he is. Yeah, Phil.
Qualified top 10, 10th, and got a part in the top 10 shootout last night. So
Nice.
currently 15th. Just
Yep,
jumped.
circulating nicely though.
Yeah, definitely just jumped Dano for by 0.2 of a second to make it into the top 10. So well done, Phil.
Indeed. Now, we've been under yellow racing conditions for quite a while, just as we take a small break from cycling down through our boys. Just wanted to point out, you don't have to go to him, but Leon de Graaf, who was sitting in P2, has come through and made what is now the 4th stop of the evening.
Oh, so a quick shot and go. He's got some people spotting for him, and he's loaded up, and he is going to run home.
Well, it was a 20 second stop, so
Ooh,
that
yeah,
would I would say would be get top in the tank back up to halfway, so full, and a fresh set of gas. So I imagine we will probably see a few more people jumping into the pit shortly, depending on how they've been able to save fuel or do so from sitting behind another driver. But we've got Shane
we all
White,
know about Shane anyway, so we'll carry on.
Don't really know who
send us some data. Send us some information. Send us some information on you, Shane, and we can talk about you on the stream a bit more.
Fitty.
Shane Fitty. Right off Jenkins.
Now, this is a cool one. I like actually taking the moment to have a chat to this individual and about him, the story in the background of right off Jenkins there. So he's actually runs a wheelchair.
Sorry, Thomas, we're getting loose in the background.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, teammates. Just wanted to have his 3 seconds of
fame.
Of fame. But yeah, Christian right off Jenkins is fully wheelchair bound. No use of his lower half of his body, so he doesn't use race pedals. What he does have though is a very trick setup of hand controllers that are mounted to his steering wheel, which obviously has the throttle and the brake and bits and pieces all attached to that. And we had the pleasure of, I think, probably going back maybe a season or two, where we got to see some laps of him driving around with the old picture-in-picture through the old Skypey chatty chat thing.
Oh, very cool.
Get up,
very cool.
And yeah, just how he was turning the wheel and using his finger to accelerate, and the other, or thumbs and bits and pieces, to brake, and they're all adjustable. They're like springs and tensioners and stuff. So he said he can fiddle with those tensioners while he's in the race, obviously to help recover from like finger strain and bits and pieces like that when he's running endurance races, and he can adjust the amount of bias and bits and pieces he's running through his thumb and finger for when he's trying to apply the brakes. It was really, really cool to see, and amazing, well actually quite mind-boggling to see that they're out there cutting these laps and doing that all from the one gadget there attached to the steering wheel, steering and turning and gassing all in the same motion of the twisty turny thing. It blows my mind away.
Yeah, very cool. Brain memory, yeah, very cool. Yeah. Alright, this guy, Property Edge.
Yep.
Super legend here at SuperCars NZ.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, like if there was anyone out there that should, you know, probably get a SuperCars NZ tattoo, this would be one of the men you'd expect to be lining up to get one.
SuperCars NZ will pay for that, Blake. So wherever you want it, man.
right on the ass. So when he goes down to the beach and he drops those boardies.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, Property Edge. Blake Greenhall been racing with us for years, and he loves it. We love him. So good stuff.
he's an absolute pleasure to talk to as well. Over the years, we've dragged him unceremoniously here into the broadcasting lounge for chats, and he just carries on racing and carries on chatting, and he carries on laughing.
Right now,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, shall we do it? Don't pull him up? Why not?
Oh, we'll give him a quick how's your arm?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be a race evening without pulling the one and only Balake into the broadcasting lounge, seeing we've just gone and talked about you for the last 5 minutes, and how you're such a good guy.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
Oh, we're great, man. We're great. No gentlemen in here, only you, buddy.
Hasn't been too many gentlemen on track tonight by the looks of it either.
Oh, really?
There's a few toddlers, eh?
Few toys being thrown.
Yeah, leave that one alone for now. Leave that to the debrief. But I see you've been having a bit of a forward and back kind of night.
Oh, mate, it was a tough decision. That first safety car, I thought, I'm so far back, I'll stay out.
Yep, saw that.
Yeah, it was actually a great call. But then on that second safety car, I bloody missed my pit bay.
Oh, no.
So I had to reverse probably, I don't know, 100 metres, a couple of 100 metres up the pit.
Oh!
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Blake.
No, you're right, mate. But yeah, so that was a bugger. Otherwise, I think we would have been a bit further up. But then was unlucky to get caught up in that incident between Jono and Ride-Off, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And you just got tangled right into the side of it too. So, but other than that, we were saying, well, it was about half an hour ago now. 45 minutes of racing is about the normal mustard for these for the boys and for the event of the night. How has it been attaching another hour's worth of racing felt in these things?
Yeah, it's funny you mention that, because a couple of the boys have been saying, geez, starting to get a bit fatigued now, and there's a few who are in desperate need of the toilet.
A couple of days have started sinking through, have they?
That's right, yeah.
That's planning though, eh? Planning for an endurance.
Yeah, exactly. Those are committed will just go and there's some.
I'm pretty sure there was a few years back, Balake, when you were talking about doing the old 12s and 24. I think you mentioned something about a bike tube and a zip tie. I can't remember what that was, eh?
That sounds like a Christchurch job to me, mate.
Yeah, no, we don't do that in the North Island, Doug. Alright, we better leave you to it anyway, Blake. Cheers for your patience with us when we biff you in the lounge and then you lose a spot, and it's all just fun and games.
No, all good, fellas. Thanks for dragging me up, and good luck with the rest of the call, eh?
Alright, Legion, cheers, man.
Have a good one, mate.
Fun. Cheers, boys. Catch you later.
Oh, we're starting to get some pit stops. Peter Vandenberg, Daniel Heddershire.
Yes.
Getting that final shot of gas. Down the graph, made his way up quite a few spots. Past a few people.
Yep. So if you look at the previous pit stop, so Dion had come into the pits probably 3 laps ago, I believe. So he was bound to go and jump a few people moving back forward. He was the first one to do 4 stops. I see in there now we've got Jason Cossey on 4, Dan Nolan on 4, Tom McCall on 4, Gibson and Turner on 4. There was a few that we'd missed in the first lot that hadn't done a stop. So Peter Vandenberg's done his 3rd, Michael Jones has done his 3rd, Heddershire's done his 3rd, Scott McKenzie's done his, and Tony Lynch has done his as well. So there's there'll be a few more that'll be coming in. I see Darren Lord's names just popped up on that register there as well now. So, and Michael Jones. That pushes Dion back into what will be 2nd spot. Boom, boom, there he goes. So, gap margin from Taylor Mitchell, currently leading the race, back to Dion de Graaf is 36 seconds.
Oh, and what's our
how
pit lane
long-
times? Let's have a look at our pit lane times, eh? Full
Yeah.
pit lane times. So about 40 seconds for
Varying.
Dion DeGraff. So wow, he's going to jump 5 on Taylor. Unless
Possibly,
Taylor
but
gets a short shot.
Taylor's previous one was 35, so I reckon they'll come out very close to one another. Maybe a 2-second margin between them, and I would say that might be Taylor still leading it. Let's see if he comes in. Maybe
Yeah,
we
he's
would have
bringing it in.
on the car on the way up.
Yeah, he's bringing it in. Taylor Mitchell in the pit lane. Race leader. MRX
Alright.
entry. Let's
And-
see what this time is.
That was
Oh,
on
here we
the-
go. It's counting down. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
yeah, I know.
That is
And
cool
Dion
technology.
DeGraff just coming through the big sweeping left-handers, coming up the hill. He has just come up onto the straight by the entrance to pit lane entry. That's pit lane entry
Down,
there
let's hop
now.
on the back here.
He's still on the gas. He's hitting the braking zone for turn 1. He's rolling in through turn 1, and there goes Taylor just coming out across the green cones. Dion just coming through
in
the back
front
end of the
there,
S.
like you said, only a couple of seconds. He'll be itching to get on the gas, shut off
Yeah.
that pit lane limiter, and chase
There you
down.
go.
Race leader Dion DeGraff.
3.2 seconds.
Gassed up,
3.2 second lead over Taylor Mitchell currently.
gassed up, ready to go.
Yeah, and I would say Dion's got the fueling number through to the end as well, possibly.
Oh, would have had to, or else it wouldn't be worth it. So, yeah.
Exciting times.
Gonna be cool. Peter Vandenberg in 3rd spot, still to pit unless he's gonna slowly fuel save that thing home, which is why he might have quite a margin on Taylor Mitchell.
The interesting thing that'll take place is if we have someone else
another
now
yellow.
has a
Yeah.
moment with the last sort of 15
Which is
minutes
likely
of racing.
with this guy on track. It's likely to happen with this guy on track. He's I've seen quite a few of these pop up, but I haven't actually shown them, so he's one of them.
Yep. D1NZ.
Oh. Good stuff, good stuff.
Should we? Has he got anyone around him at the moment?
Let's jump on live. Shane White, where are we? Oh, he's that far down the order I can't even see him. There he is.
17 seconds again. Should we have
Ask
a chat?
ask him what the excuses are.
Alright, we'll bring him in.
What do you reckon his excuses are gonna be, Doug?
Not Buttercup.
Oh,
You didn't think you would be able to.
Oh,
You didn't think you'd be able to come along to an endurance race on what's essentially would be your second week back of racing, and avoid not coming in here for a bit of tittage.
no, I was expecting it, to be honest, but come on, nobody wants to hear me talking. They've had enough of that over the last 3 months.
Are you enjoying it, Shane? Are you enjoying it?
I actually am. Like, after last night, I wasn't sure I was, but massive shout out to Dion. He's flicked me his setup, and oh man, it's made it so much more enjoyable.
Cool.
Oh, that's very cool, man.
Was
Awesome. Have
going to,
you got a hot lap in you, or?
Yeah, we're a bit late to start it now, but when I come around again, sure. I got some fresh rubber on, but still wanting to understeer. But Dion did say it's set up to run more on low fuel, and it will be a bit tight on high fuel, so that's to be expected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is currently leading the race at the moment, and he's under a mega amount of pressure from Taylor Mitchell. There was a 3-second gap on them coming out after their, what we're assuming is their final pit stop strategy, but they are nearly neck and neck now.
Alright, hot lap and then we better disappear, Shane, if you've got the confidence, buddy.
Yes, sweet as.
Things you gotta do for Supercars NZ, eh?
And
I see Taylor's jumped ahead of Dion and my relative.
just
Yep,
momentarily,
yep.
just momentarily, yep.
Oh no, he's got the pass, but we can have a look at that later. We'll just do this quick hot lap, jump on race pace, and we'll get into it.
Alright, so coming up the hill, hopefully my tyres should be nice out for temperature by now. Had a couple of laps on them since I pitted. Pulling gears, cut through the pit entry. Did a run over to the right hand side. I think I'm quite early on the brakes there, about halfway between the 150 and the 100, but if I try and go much deeper than that I'll lock up. Into the left, get on the curb, cut that curb heaps, ease the throttle on, short shift to fourth. Manage that throttle application, manage the slide all the way out to the curb. Pulling gears down the straight up to 6 in the ratio that Dion's got on his set. Back to third gear for turn 4, let it slide in there, manage the slide on the way out. Up to 4th, get the full throttle, let it run onto that curb. Up to 5th, back to third gear for this long double right-hander up the hill, challenging corner this is. Manage the throttle all the way through, back on the brakes, back to second gear for the first of these awkward little hairpins. That's a bit more slidey than I would have liked. Keep it in second gear for the left-hander. Get the throttle down, grab third, back on the brakes, back to second, turn it in, get the curb. That felt pretty good. Manage the throttle all the way through here, short shift to fourth, get the throttle down, back on the brakes, back to second gear. Oh, that was a big slide, had to catch that quickly. Taylor's coming up on me quickly, pulling gears up the hill.
You're an hour and a half into it, Shane. You're doing well,
That's
man.
mega.
And that's that just shows you how technical and crazy this track
That's
is,
mega.
man. Yeah, unbelievable. When you look at it like that, that's wicked stuff. All right, we'll biff you back down. You could manage staying ahead of Taylor, and we'll leave you to it. Cheers, Shane.
Cheers, Shane.
All
Yeah,
right, Taylor Mitchell.
and rightly so, right as the leaders are just starting to enclose on him. But have a look back there, Wayne, in the old data. Have that on that pass. Taylor Mitchell.
Here, that's there were quite a few exchanges here, so this is going to be cool to watch, man.
Yep.
Supercars, Rubbings, Racing. Dion not wanting to give it away, but knowing that Taylor's real seasoned MRX racer here, and here he is just stepping out.
There we go. So that's pretty much what she wrote from there.
Yeah, and it'll just be interesting to see what the gains are, or the intervals from here on out for these two guys, and and whether Dion can claw back any time. 1.7 already on Dion, so Taylor's certainly showing some dominance here at SuperCars NZ and proving why he's got a dedicated race channel, and he is jumping in the real world as well, from what I understand, so managed by Nick Mitchell himself.
Yeah, no, it's there's a very cool backstory to that one, and certainly implore anyone who finds 5 minutes of free time, jump on the MRX page and check that one out. It's a name that you'll want to have studied up on and keep an eye on for the coming up into the future.
Yeah, who knows, man? Might be sitting in a real V8.
Anything is possible. He was carving it in the karts, and he's been moving up the world in the BMW series that they do, and so yeah, he's still only a young lad. I think he's only about 16 or so.
Yeah, so very cool. Very cool. Speaking of old mate, you ready for old mate? See what happened to Shane after we left him.
So he did some fighting, was he?
Or was it just him getting loose? So come up, he crashed. Oh, there we go, another.
Yeah.
Back to life. Data's sensitive.
Sure is.
Blake Greenville making his way up the order there.
Yeah.
18. Still can't do much in 15 minutes. I don't think he's going to get 8 spots.
Never know who else may have to come through to the pits, whether they get it right or wrong, but nicely on board the roof view there of Jason Cossey.
Yep, bit of yellow and reds there. Didn't even know this existed until Doug took over, so cheers for that, Doug. The old interval. I think I was normally rocking the gaps from memory and having to look at the data and figure out what's going on and see what's happening there, but there's just another button above that which actually tells you everything you need to know.
Pretty good.
Cheers, Doug.
No problem. But yeah, just looking here, this battle between Daniel Hederscheid and Peter Vandenberg just ahead of Jason is starting to get spicy.
With these 3 cars, very close battle here. It's going to be cool to watch. Might as well take a bit of time, sit back. Pretty cool in car. You just don't realise how hard out that back part of the track is, Doug, leading up to where we are right now. Those series of corners, it's Jason Foster getting a bit off there, but Daniel Hederscheid got on.
Crazy.
Past Peter Vandenberg for P3, here it is. Deep in the pit lane, hugged the left, hung on to the inside line and jumped into podium. Go back to live.
Daniel Hederscheid there.
Black traffic.
What is essentially 3rd spot.
Yep.
And Vanderberg putting the pressure on that rear bumper and also sustaining his own amount of pressure from Jason Cossey just in behind him.
Yeah, so battle for the podium here.
Yeah, I can't believe that after an hour and 33, nearly 34 minutes with 11 minutes remaining, that we've still got these guys out there that are
Close battling.
so close to hunting down that final position.
Taylor Mitchell's last lap. Just popped up there.
Oh, someone requesting a safety car tow. Jono Gibson crash.
I don't think they'll do that on the 10 minutes to go, do you think? Are they going to bunch up the grid? Let's see what happens. That'll be a big call from race control to finish. Oh, far out.
Oh, that's got to be that's got to be some type of failure there with the hardware. That's just gone. That's almost accelerated in there.
Jono Gibson is he in Discord? Or?
No, I don't believe so. But we have had the safety car deployed.
Oh, there we go. Nick Mitchell bringing it out. We could potentially finish under safety car or a lap to go.
A little bit. I think
It's gonna get spicy. That's all I can say.
10 minutes.
It's
Still
gonna
10
get
minutes,
ridiculously spicy, though.
Yeah.
Love it. Jono Gibson, though, sent us a message. What happened? Massive failure there. Who's rocking in the pit lane? Have we got any?
Well, that's the thing. No one's dived for
Yeah, so
the
everybody's
pit
got
lane. Maybe Tony Lynchstone might have gone in. Maybe just get a
Yeah.
fresh set of tyres through to the end.
May as well.
You're still just on the oh yeah, you've got that sorted. Well done.
Yeah, no worries. Fuel. So Daniel Heddershide, always a strong finisher. Sometimes this car feels like it weighs more than yours when he gets close there. I don't know what it is about his sim racing technique. I remember doing some crazy ass demolition derbies with him and
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. Really will be.
Man, we've got
Peter
looking
Vandenberg was original first place starter, back and forth. He'll be looking to make some gains from this. Yeah.
who's
What a,
got
what
the,
a way to finish, eh?
yeah, I was gonna say, and cool. No wave rounds on this one.
Yeah,
And
fair
get the
enough.
race back up and running as soon as we can. It's going to be a real proof of who has the
Kahunas to chuck it down.
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, man. Real interesting. And who wants it badly and what's gonna happen at T1.
That's
Who's
the one.
gonna try and make gains to get number one on the podium. A little sneaky tap, who can say? Nah, we got race control here, so all of that gets dealt with these days, which is pretty mean. Yeah. I don't know, Doug. What do you reckon, buddy?
I'm going to say Blake Greenhall for the win.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're at least top 5, eh? Is that right?
That's
Yeah.
one. So the instruction is now being given to the drivers.
No wave rounds, and so
Nope.
that means those cars that are in between Taylor Mitchell, Dion DeGraaf and Daniel Heddershide are holding their positions, which means
Correct.
yeah, that's so those guys are gonna be thinking, holy hell, we're trapped. in between these front runners.
It just comes down to one of those things. You've just got to try your best to race until there's
And give
actual
race
clear
room.
spot to.
Yeah,
Yep.
well,
Don't want to be trying to move out of the way and have someone who's trying to pass you on one side and another trying to pass you on the other.
yeah, it's pretty
Rightio, just
highly
waiting
technical.
on.
Highly technical stuff going on, really. Is probably the only way to put it. I mean, those lap cars tangled in. I would have at least given the first top 10 lap cars, you know, a chance to get out of there. But Ooh,
Green
yeah,
flag.
there it is. There it is.
Woohoo! Wow.
Down to draft. Getting a draft. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. Taylor Mitchell, Daniel Heddershide in third with race cars in front of him. Jason Cossey. Pretty unbelievable how clean this is. Doug, as Wayne says, as it comes 4 wide into turn
Well, we only really had
5 or whatever
that.
the case may be.
We really only had that one pile up there with about 4 different drivers, and the rest of the race has been probably just down to just been a wee bit hard on the gear, blowing some motors.
Yeah, Daniel Heddershide, bit of race room that's probably enough to be comfortable. With Jason Cossey tangled up on a bit of lap traffic. Peter Vandenberg the same, just goes full position. Michael Gunstone, Taylor Mitchell got pace on Dion already. 1.1.5 seconds, 1.2,
Yep.
Varying. Dion the graph. Not being able to make gains on. Taylor with Daniel. Daniel's sitting in third, only 2.4 seconds, but 2 lap cars in front of him, so it's a bit niggly. 3 lap cars, 2 lap cars, somewhere around there. 1 lap car in between Jason Cossey and Daniel Heddershide, so that's certainly giving Daniel a bit of an edge to hold off. How are you feeling, Doug?
Me, yep, doing good. Just
You are doing good, man. Bloody good.
Yep.
I know how hard you work and how busy you are, and yeah, cheers for jumping in the lounge and hitting this.
it's incredible. Hour 45 of awesome racing under the MRX Endurance Series, which we're not just bringing to you all under the one season like we had done before. This is going across the 4 seasons of the year, so that's a new one for us, a new one for them, and I think it's been a cool one for the drivers to take on board as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's been certainly a cool idea and a cool setup, and certainly helps out with longevity for SuperCars NZ as well, keeping this MRX endurance battle happening. Here's a bit of a lap with Taylor.
I was gonna say, and no better person to be.
Oh, data.
Yeah, I just saw.
See on the
name
graph what's happening here.
locked on the way out. Come on, what happened? Oh, whoa, oh!
Losing multiple spots and flying down the order down to 11th, bringing Blake up into the top 10, and 9th, Doug by the way.
Wow. I like that.
Do you? Do you like that?
I do.
Do you?
I do like that.
That's
That-
lovely. Anyway, back to live. Taylor Mitchell.
I'd say it's good.
Yeah, good for me. How are we looking?
We are, I would say,
7 seconds on Daniel Heddershire. Nearly the final lap. Is it going to come up yellow now? What's happening
yeah,
here?
to say, is it time certain?
Oh, there
Or-
we go. Finished.
We
Race
were
over.
nice. Woohoo!
Well done, Taylor Mitchell. First spot. Daniel Heddershire. Second. SuperCars NZ. Bet you didn't expect that to happen. Michael Gunstone third. Peter Vanderberg fourth. Jason Cossey. Dan Nolan. Scott McKenzie. Blake Greenhalgh eighth. Roger Forbett. Phil Carpenter. They're coming across the line so fast I can't keep
Wow.
up with them because of that yellow. Oh, no way. There we go. That was super
Wow.
cool. Super cool. Love that. Wicked finish. Great fun. Taylor Mitchell doing his burnout. Let's have a look at those rear wheels. See how the bake's going. Yeah, well deserved win there, Taylor. Showing dominance. 7 seconds over Daniel Heddershire. 7 seconds. And the safety car was only a few laps earlier on, Doug, wasn't it?
Well done, Taylor Mitchell.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Same as fully floored. Daniel Heddershire, got to be stoked with that.
Yeah, and like I said, certainly not someone to be overlooked.
Michael Gunstone just skidding up. Yeah, man, ripping. How did that happen? I don't know, but yeah, top 3. Passion Sim Racing, Stanmore Road Autocars.
There he is, Michael Gunstone, up 12 spots to finish on the podium. He will be absolutely creaming it like the kitten in the cream, whiskers and all.
As you can see right now, that's pretty insane, man. And enjoying that by one wicked burnout and a good blown up motor. Whew. Very cool, very cool.
What an awesome night.
Yeah, definitely. You want to wind her up, buddy?
Yeah, I will. I'll send us home. So thank you very much to you, Wayne, for jumping in and running the stream. It was an awesome pleasure for you to do that. Thank you to all the drivers for turning up and making this event for tonight achievable and a super fun one like it always is. Massive thanks to MRX for being the sponsor and the ideas man behind these cool series alongside with Sean. Big thank you to Allports SimLab for looking after the V8 series as a whole, and to everyone who has joined us this evening via YouTube or Facebook lands for tuning in to listen to us have a yarn. It's been an absolute pleasure. Join us on Thursday night for some more fun and exciting racing here from SuperCars NZ. This has been Doug and Wayne out of the broadcasting lounge. Thank you very much.